Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Fantastic. Okay, who remembers this? Alright, see that? What you're looking at, that was rumoured, as it were, back in 2009, last year's Comic-Con. That particular image was a poster at Comic-Con last year and was touted as a possible sort of spin-off or a continuation of Smallville. As you can see, it says Christmas 2010, but after that, nothing. We didn't hear anything about it. So it came as no surprise that after Homecoming, and people are still on a massive high about it, we're still wondering, can something like that happen after Smallville is finished? You know, would we want to see a Metropolis like the New Adventures of Lois and Clark kind of thing, or Metropolis just as a title, or Metropolis New Lois and Clark, you know, something like that. And the person who actually came up with the title was my friend, the Human Scorch, who I follow on Twitter, and he did basically say, you know, Metropolis, the New Adventures of Lois and Clark, based on Homecoming. You know, because of the success and how awesome Homecoming was, everyone's now thinking, can it be done? But personally, for me, I think it's 5 years too late. I say 5 years too late because originally Smallville was only supposed to be 5 seasons long. Had it been 5 seasons long and they took a year, maybe 2 years afterwards to then say, yeah, we're going to do a new show, it's going to be continuing Clark's adventures and he's going to become Superman in like the first season of Metropolis kind of thing, that I think would have been better. You know, then you could have brought in characters like Brainiac, Bizarro, Doomsday, you know, all of them. That would actually have made more sense. That's why I think it's 5 years too late. You know, I'm not against it if it was to happen now, but I just think it's 5 years too late. You know, the chance was there, but I think the chance is gone. And if they were going to do that, say last year, had they announced it last year, for that to happen Christmas of this year as a one-off show, probably that could have worked as well. But the problem that they had was that they were not sure if Smallville was even going to go to season 10. You know, back at Comic-Con in 2009. I mean, yes, all the fans wanted it to go into season 10. Yes, we've got it in season 10, but even then they were still unsure of whether or not it would go into season 10, and they were still saying if season 9 was going to be the last season. But yeah, I mean, my other problem, or issue rather, is regarding Tom Welling, whether or not he would want to continue still playing Clark Kent / Superman in either the movie or in a new spin-off. You know, I mean, let's face it though, if he did decide to do the spin-off, then there's no chance of him doing the movie. It's as simple as that. Okay, so for you Tom Welling fans rallying on the internet, because I've seen the poll results and you guys are unbelievable, rallying on the internet to have Tom Welling play Superman in the new movie that Zack Snyder will be directing, that's due to be released in December 2012, right? Just because of his performance as Future Clark, which by the way was only about a total of maybe 3 minutes, if that, on the whole of the episode. If you're basing it just on that, well, okay, that's fine, but don't just automatically assume that because it's based on the Future Clark, and also the fact he's played Clark Kent for 10 years, that he's going to be automatically selected to play Superman. It's not going to happen. Not on that way. You know, Zach and Chris are not going to turn around and say, oh yeah, well, we're going to listen to the fans because, you know, the fans are right. Yeah, the last time that happened, 2 words, Spider-Man 3. Okay? That's all I'm going to say, alright? You can give the fans what they want, but you've also got to give them what they need. Okay? Well, you can give them what they want, but you can't give them what they need. And if a fan turns around and says, I need Tom Welling to be in the new Superman film, well, no you don't. You don't need him to be in the new Superman movie. You want the new Superman movie to be awesome, but it doesn't have to include Tom Welling just based on him playing the same character for 10 years. And I'm still adamant that he might not want to do it, both for the new movie as well as a TV spin-off. You know, I think he's got too much going on as it is. Executive producer on Smallville, directing a few episodes on Smallville, producing Hellcats. He's going to want to continue Hellcats once Smallville is finished. Come on, people. You know, I'm sure after this first season of Hellcats, if it's as successful as many believe in it to be, then good luck to him, because I think he'll do an awesome job as a producer. You know, I mean, let him go and delve into other areas of the media in the entertainment business. It's not all about him wanting to be Clark. It's not all about Tom Welling playing Clark, because what you fans actually want is for him to play Clark for the next 10-20 years. And I'm sorry, but even if that was me, I would not want to do that. I wouldn't want to do that. He's already been typecast as Clark Kent. He's not Superman. He has not been called Superman. He has yet to wear the Superman suit. As far as we're still concerned, he is Clark Kent. Okay, he hasn't even got to the point of future Clark anyway, as we already know. Alright, he is still Clark in Smallville has yet to still be future Clark that we saw in Homecoming. That's what we're aiming for. Had the show finished after season 5, 2 years later, start a spin-off, bang, that's future Clark right there. He could have gone to Metropolis. For the 2 years gap that we would have had between Smallville and Metropolis, he could have been at the Fortress. He could be training, learning a bit more about Earth, the 28 known galaxies. You know, Jor-El could be telling him everything that he needs to know, and then head to Metropolis, start working at Danger Planet, get on with Lois Lane. Job done. Where's the difficulty in that? You know, then we could have had villains like Zod, like Brainiac, Bizarro arriving as well. But because they still kept it as Smallville, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, 5 years too late. You know, but hey, who knows what could happen between now and end of season 10? Anything can happen. Tom might then turn around and say he wants to play Superman, but then again, as he said at CW up front, he said it's complicated. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. You know, and even if he says it's not easy, it isn't easy. I, for one, trust him that he said it's not easy. And look, you know, he doesn't like to do interviews that much. And I actually felt sorry for him when he did the Hellcats presentation shortly after Comic-Con, and all the fans were asking him about Smallville. It was a Hellcats presentation. It was talking about Hellcats. He didn't want to talk about Smallville. But no, the fans had to ask about Smallville, didn't they? You had to ask about Smallville when it was all about Hellcats. He wasn't wanting to talk about Smallville at all. And it's no wonder he left the interview early. Because you guys just wouldn't let him talk about Hellcats. You were all worried about Smallville. You know, that for me says that after Smallville ends, he wants to leave it as it is, continue with what he's doing with Hellcats or whatever other project he plans on doing in the near future. Good luck to him. You know, and if he does get cast for the movie, for my own personal view, if he gets cast to play Superman in the new movie, there's still that certain quality that he has not yet got to really carry the Superman character as well as what Christopher Reeve did. And only Christopher Reeve, as far as I'm concerned, out of all the people that have played Superman and Clark Kent, only Christopher Reeve has had that quality. Even to this day, he's still, when I watch Superman the movie or watch any of the Superman movies, he still has that awesome aura about him. That was the reason why he was chosen to play Superman in the first place. Tom Welling is still missing that. Brandon Routh could have had that had Bryan Singer not reinterpreted what Richard Donner had done. So I still think that Brandon could still be given a shot, but I think he could also carry the character as his own, rather than reinterpreting what Christopher Reeve did, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, you know, there's not much else I can say on that. But Metropolis spin-off, as I say, it was rumoured at Comic-Con last year. Nothing was actually officially said. What can the producers, what can the showrunners, Brian and Kelly, do for us after Smallville has ended? Yes, we may have Wonder Woman coming back. Yes, we know we've got Booster Gold coming to TV next year. But again, who you know, we obviously got the new Superman movie. Can Zack Snyder recreate the franchise and lift it off again? Can he make the franchise as amazing as what Chris Nolan did with Batman? I think they both can. I think both Nolan and Snyder together on Superman can recreate and restart the franchise. If the Siegels and the Schusters, once they get it back into their hands, turn around and say, yeah, we'll let them two continue the work, because it's going to make money, and they've got to have the money. They've got to think long term for this. I know Warners are having to rally around to get this movie off as quickly as possible, but think of the success that could happen afterwards, and think of what the Siegels and the Schusters need to turn around and say, okay, it was awesome, carry on doing what you're doing. So who knows? As long as they're not as bitchy and uptight as the Salkinds were with Richard Donner, I'll be happy. That's all I'm going to say. So I'll leave it there anyway. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think.